Hi everybody and welcome to what is officially the last video in the course. So congratulations, you've made it to the end. You can pat yourself on the back. You've done a great achievement. You've covered everything in Mat 1, the introduction part. So to finish up, let me give you a couple of recommendations both for the exam and for the next few intervening weeks. So first of all, the exam will take place on the 30th of November, which is a few weeks away from the date that this video was recorded. Also, there is a sample exam posted on Eufora, and if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to take a look at that just to familiarize yourself with the structure of the exam and also to try out a few problems that are relevant for the exam. So they will be of the same level of difficulty. So in particular, on the exam, we will have approximately 10 problems. The exact number can be different, but they will cover all of the areas that we've seen in the course, or most of the areas. So ranging from trigonometry through to integration and everything in between. The difficulty level of the exam will be comparable to the more challenging problems of the problem sets and to the extra problems that you've also been provided with. If you've been keeping up with the problem sets as they appeared, then I would encourage you to take a look at the problems from the extra problems, because those will also give you a good way to prepare for the exam. And then last, a very important thing to keep in mind, and this is something that I also mentioned at the beginning of the class, and that is to show your work if you can. So write down plenty of steps to explain what you're doing on the exam, because that makes the difference between a small mistake and getting partial credit or not getting any credit at all. So in order to get partial credit, we need to be able to follow your reasoning, and we need to be able to say, hey, this person made a small mistake, they changed the minus into a plus or something like that. But overall, the argument is good, so they get partial credit. So do show plenty of steps when you work out your exam. And then last, some practical items. So there will be no videos next week, but there will be a Q&A session next Wednesday. I will lead the Q&A session. As always, you can send me your questions ahead of time and I will cover them in class. And I will also spend the remainder of time going over some of the problems of this sample exam that I already mentioned. In the intervening few weeks until the exam, do feel free to reach out to either myself or the TAs with questions that you may have. We are at the ready to help you out and we're happy to do so. But keep in mind some practical things. Earlier is better than later. We are limited in the number of questions that we can answer over the course of a day. It's typically the case that more questions appear the closer that we get to the exam. And therefore, if you send us a question just before the exam and we still have a backlog of 20 or 30 questions to answer, we may not get to your question or we may not get to it in the time that you would like to see an answer. So if you really want to have an answer, send your questions early on when things are quiet. Also, when you do send us a question via email or when you do request a one-on-one to go through a problem or something, please show us what you've already done. We cannot give you full worked out solutions just because you ask for it, but we can help you if you say, hey, I'm stuck on this particular point, I've tried these things, and I don't know what else to try. So if you show us what you've already done, we can help you more efficiently and we can help you cultivate that problem-solving mindset that you will need for the exam. And then last, if you have the time this week to do so, then please do try some of the sample problems from the sample exam that I posted on Eufora. Send me your worked out solutions and I will give you feedback and criticism or suggestions as I would on the real exam. but there's one catch. You have to send me your work tile solutions before the 12th of November so that I have enough time to give you feedback. And with that, I am out of practical things to tell you. So from this point on, the ball is in your camp. I wish you all the best in your preparation, not just for the Mat 1 exam, but for all of the exams that you have before, that you have otherwise. And I sincerely hope that this is the last semester that we have to spend in front of our computers, and that we can spend some time in the classroom together from next term onwards. So thank you and good luck.